Alright everyone, welcome back to the CEVO Season 3 placements. I'm Helium and I'll be bringing you this best of 3 between A Song of Wards and Feeding and So NESTEA. This is Game 2, So NESTEA, taking Game 1 pretty convincingly. Maybe had a few mistakes that were made their lives a little harder in the game, a little closer, but definitely came out of the gate strong and was still able to finish it up. And once again, the bans are coming out. The Nature's Prophet going to be the first ban. Again, let's see if they take out OD the second time, like they did in Game 1. So NESTEA, they banned the Bat Rider once again. Not going to have the first pick here, opting for their side over the pick. And they take out the Razor, so maybe a bit of a respect ban, even though they played it. I don't know. Taking out the Razor. They don't want to play it, they don't want to play against it, so that's fair. The OD ban comes out now. Maybe they wanted the OD, probably what was going on there. But opting once again for the first pick, Darkseer. So NESTEA, they're able to get it again. They can take the Naga Siren and the Visage, which I think were really the two heroes that got the ball rolling for them. So it's a bit of a surprise to me that neither of those were banned. Instead, they opt to take out the Nature's Prophet and the Razor, so maybe a bit of a mistake, but maybe they feel confident against those two heroes, and they feel like they can win it and maybe made mistakes elsewhere. Potentially with the Jungle Doom, didn't really have a big impact, and here they go with two strong heroes. The Nyx Assassin, going to be supporting up, could go mid, we'll see, and the Darkseer, so strong combination there. Now the Alchemist being banned out, as well as the Jakiro. So the Jakiro, definitely a hero you should take out when Darkseer is on the board and supports are needed. So this time they do. Game 1 they did it, and I thought maybe the Darkseer Jakiro combination was going to be a little too much for So NESTEA to handle when breaking the high ground. But Song of Wards and Feeding, they needed to do something. They were smoke ganking, but that led to some poor engagements. Team wipes that allowed So NESTEA to still be able to just run into the base, break the high ground with that Troll Warlord ultimate. And once again, Gyrocopter and Abaddon not going to see any action, so the ban's still pretty similar, a little different of an order. Plus Razor. See what the third hero is going to be. So once again, the two supports from So NESTEA. It's not often you get the Naga and the Visage, but indeed they do. Now going for their third pick. What's it going to be? Just revealed the tri-lane. Last time they picked fairly ambiguous heroes for the next three roles. Kind of mixing it up, not really knowing who was going to be where. And I'd have to say, from watching this team for the first time, maybe a pretty big, what am I trying to say, strong suit for this team. Being able to pick some ambiguous heroes and still roll with it. Alright, they got with the Puck, so it's a pretty early Puck pick. I mean, if they really want to shut down Puck right now, they can just pick TA or a Shadow Fiend and kind of edge Puck out of that mid lane and make him really have to roam and work hard for some kills to get back into the game. But we'll lose in farm in that lane, maybe even die. We'll see if they decide to go for it. They go for a Venomancer, which is a little interesting. I mean, it's not really going to get picked or banned. I think they would have been a little better off going out with the TA. I mean, they already have the Darkseer. They already have banned out, well, even no NESTEA, So NESTEA banned out the Jakiro, two heroes that do well. Venomancer and Viper, another two. But we'll see what happens. Venomancer is picked up. There's the TA, so they were kind of just ensuring, that makes sense. They were just ensuring that the Venomancer wasn't going to be picked up. It will be a pretty decent support with the Nyx. They go for the TA. So now, definitely liking the Song of Wards and Feeding's lineup here versus that Puck for sure, but the Naga Siren and the Visage will still be able to make a big splash. No pun intended on the Naga Siren's Riptide. And the Lifestealer pickup as well, so Puck, Lifestealer, good combination, good early potential Nyx bombs when Puck picks up that Blink Dagger, maybe around the 10, 15 minute marks, obviously the 15 being a little late, but we'll see what the Puck can get done against the TA, which actually against the TA, that 15-minute Blink Dagger might be a pretty decent timing, so we'll see what happens there as the last bans are coming out now. Looks like a Song of Wards and Feeding does need that hard carry, unless it's. I hope it's a hard Venomancer carry. It's pretty much the best. They will take out the Troll Warlord. Don't want it used against themselves. That would be pretty dirty with the Templar Assassin and the Venomancer, but I'm not sure if it would win games, but definitely would make the early game and mid game a bit of a pain.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And vice versa, looks like an offlaner is going to be needed here, or maybe they abandon. See that classic Puck Lifestealer Chen lineup, but they definitely do need an offlaner, so I don't expect that. Clockwork is taken out. A quality ban there. Clockwork, another hero the Nakes can jump in. Sometimes Clockwork can sort of disrupt the Nakes on his own team if you're not used to playing that with the Nakes or playing together. Gotta bust those cogs. But either way, solid ban, not going to be getting played. And we'll see what their offlaner will be. They're on the Radiant. They could maybe do some of those ancient shenanigans, Windrunner or Potom doing that. Or just a standard offlaner, such as... Who is actually really left? I mean, maybe Windrunner doesn't really work so well. But would it be terrible, actually, with the Nyx and the Venomancer? Still, their carry not revealed if it's going to have a stun or not. They could pick up the Weaver, which I think maybe that's probably the hero to go for here.
Weaver.
Yep, indeed, it's going to be.
Dire team pick.
Again, another hero that Lifestealer can sort of jump in. He's obviously going to prefer the Puck, but if Puck isn't having a blink tag or any big impact in the game, just hop in the Weaver Saguchi in and cause a ruckus there. Not a whole lot of stuff to knock off Refraction, so TA could potentially have a really big game. And that being said, I mean, there's a Net and a Dream Coil. Those are the only stuns right now until Familiars get out on the board. But some decent slows in the Grave Chill, as well as the Open Wounds here from the Lifestealer, so... Probably going to be looking to be aggressive in the early game once again to Stone ST. Maybe kind of how their lineups roll. And we'll see what a Song of Wards and Feeding are going to go for here in their last pick. It's going to be their carry. Could use a stunner, but the Weaver and the Lifestealer already picked up two of the greatest carries right now in the current meta. Alchemist banned out. Troll Warlord banned out. Not that he's amazing or anything, but who knows what they'll go for. Maybe something a little... stranger. Sven, I don't know, Lifestealer does pretty well against Sven. That's kind of when Lifestealer got discovered to counter Sven back in 6.75. Ursa, perhaps. He does offer that burst. Would need a BKB, and then once he gets that, Naga Siren's net goes through it. But the burst damage from the Ursa is great against Lifestealer. Gonna go for the Kunkka, so... Yeah, alright. You don't normally see him in a tri-lane just because of his lack of lane control because of Tidebringer, but we'll see how that does. Should actually do well against Weaver. Even when he's Saguchi'd, will be hit by the Tidebringer. Alright, here we are into the game, and like I always do, introducing the Dire first. That's going to be, once again on the Dire, a Song of Wards and Feeding. So, Dantu on the Darkseer for the second time here tonight, going for that same build into the off lane. So, let's see if he decides to creep skip this time or not. I'm going to be an aggressive tri-lane once again, but either way, Milty had a decent Jakiro game, some good stuns, Ice Path Macropyres into the later parts of the game, but this time I'm going to be playing on that Venomancer, followed up by 8th Note, or if you're watching, or in the client, seems to make it a square, but it was an 8th Note in the lobby here on the Nyx Assassin, with some badass armor, it looks like, and Dead here playing in that carry role on a Kunkka, looking to have a better game than he did on the Weaver, and Solar Clips did end up doing pretty well on the Razor last game, but looking to really dominate here in this matchup, TA versus Puck. Set over to NESTEA on the Radiant. The aggressive tri-lane, Peachy once again on the carry there, playing Makes, followed up by Saranghe on the Naga and Shady on the Visage. Was off to an early dominating streak last game, looking to replicate that here. In the bottom lane, we've got Nayrok. Was mid on Elder Titan last game, this time playing that Weaver in a solo safe lane, and Raisu. So it looks like they maybe switch that up depending on the heroes. Raisu playing the puck in the mid lane, pulled a fair amount of regen, 2 pairs of tangos, and he's going with the null talisman to just get the last hitting out of the gate. He's at 63, compare that to 59 on the TA, but when he refracts, it's going to be a lot higher, so puck needs to get on those last hits early. Looking for blood is the aggressive tri-lane, not going to find anything, maybe trying to block the camp even, but let's see. Preachy has haste, looking to do work with it. His supports didn't really follow him, and maybe could have got a kill there, but either way, forced to back off. Will block the camp. Now the supports are coming up. Can they find anybody? Nyx canceling Impale. Playing some mind games there.
Denied.
Alright, so after all is said and done, Weaver versus Darkseer. Well, is all said and done? Yeah, no action happened in the top lane. Weaver versus Darkseer. Darkseer should creep skip this. I don't know what he's doing in lane. Like, go behind the tower and creep skip. Weaver can last it pretty well at the tower with Saguchi and whatnot, but he's not really going to be able to run you down and kill you, so should probably be behind the tower. Weaver with the Gemini can take out these Ion Shells so easily. Dantu needs to get behind the tower and start creep skipping the mid lane. Give that to Solar Clips unless something crazy happens. Like, TA should win that matchup pretty much hands down. The top lane now is a little interesting. There's not going to be a whole lot of lane control here for the Kunkka, which is kind of going to suck for them. It's always going to push the lane. But they do have kill potential with the Tidebringer. A nice harass as well, but it will also charge up the Soul Assumption pretty quickly. Here's a wraparound though onto Peachy. He's got to rage. He will rage. Still going to get slowed though. Now Shady's stuck. The Gale goes out. Torrent's going to land perfectly. This will be the first blood. Shady to drop dead, picking up the first blood, so completely opposite of last game. And things going well defensively in the top lane. Supports got pulled off there, just weren't around the Nyx, maybe overestimating how safe he was. Venomancer does do pretty well, because even if you rage and have the slow on you, you still stay slowed. Big face, what is that even called? Psyblade hits there in the mid lane. Taking Raisu really low. Yeah, 9 last hits right now, 10. So it does have a decent amount of last hits, but as we can see, Solar Clips, I mean, he's going to force out pretty much all of this region rather quickly from Raisu. Maybe even get a kill pretty early before level 6. Pretty much what's expected in that matchup, I think. Solar Clips looking to dominate. Did go bottom with his bottle. Picked up the DD rune. And Dantu, let's see, last hitting 5-1 compared to Weaver 9-1. I mean, you're not going to outlast hit a Weaver unless you go creep skip down here in front of the tier 2 and pull it up here into the jungle. That's definitely what he needs to be doing right now. But I guess I'll relax on that a little bit. And we'll see how that lane goes. Still getting okay farm. Top, how's the farming going there? Nyx at 9-2. We've got Kunkka here, sitting at 10-1. So the last hitting on the carries, pretty even so far. Obviously, taking a death was one of the supports. That's Shady. Started last game out 4-0. We'll take a death here. So a little unfortunate for him. But, you know, it's not the end of the game yet. Did give up a pretty nice first blood. And let's see, Hatchie got it. Or Dead got it. So he's going to be leading that net worth right now. Puck in second place. Battle, though, in the mid lane. Meld hits come out. DD has not been popped. Could have been a different story there if it was. Always want to make sure your refraction is off of cooldown before you go back into fight again, as it does last as long as the cooldown is. So always good practice and something to look out for when you play TA. Before you go in, make sure it's coming off the cooldown pretty soon. Activates the double damage rune. Nice phase shift though. Solar Clips now getting pretty low. Needs the bottle charges. Probably the reason for the activation. And the last is still pretty even right now. Oh, wow, missed a big kill there. Darkseer does go down, will die in that lane. Gonna be pretty hard for him. I don't know if he can creep skip now after having died. I mean, almost level 6 now is Nayrok. Not gonna be able to kill him at all. The Darkseer now gonna not really get a whole lot in that lane. And Nayrok gonna get a whole lot. 15-2 right now with the kill under his belt. Looking to get even more CS now. Uncontested CS as Darkseer running his way back there. The supports maybe rolling down to get a kill here. Not doing a whole lot top. Don't like their chances in that 3v3 situation, which maybe is a little questionable. Looks like they're rolling back, gonna start stacking up some camps here. Nyx picks up the Tranquils just for some lane sustain. So interesting choice, and now seeing the rotation, or at least expecting the rotation from the supports on the Radiant. Looks like maybe Nyx and Weaver trying to go gank middle, but nothing happening yet. Looks like Rysu got the last rune. Here comes an Impale. Will it be phased? It will be phased. Not in position for Melted after that at all. So Rysu playing well here on the puck. Dream Coil to drop out. Clips could be in trouble here. Will drop pretty loose. Why does he snap the coil? Trying to dodge the auto attacks. He snaps the coil. Big mistake there from Solar Clips, as Refraction was on cooldown, but Rysu getting a big kill and winning a matchup he should not be winning. Dancer looks like he was maybe forced back to base again. Didn't die this time. Was forced back 11 last hits. Even has a wand right now. Preachy up top, in trouble. Already rage, but it looks like the slow stayed on. It does last 7 seconds, and that's going to be even longer than rage, and it stays on through rage and after rage. So Venomancer, a great hero to pick up in response to a Nyx. I mean, in the laning phase at least, and later on not so much, but I don't know. It's situational versus the Nyx, that's for sure. Working out here, it looks like they wanted to secure their TA, their lane, with that Venomancer pick. He will get the rune, but Rysu is going to be able to get out of here pretty easily.
Sorry, I just noticed that Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Checking into the gold graph now, I guess pretty even for the most part right now. About 0 XP as well. Pretty much all even right now. NESTEA maybe slightly ahead. But with another kill on the board. Where did that go? Did I miss another one? Oh, that was Preachy in the top lane. Making it to 2-2. I mean, it's evening up a little bit. If we can see, the top farmer right now is going to be Kunkka. Puck somehow winning this mid lane matchup, and the Weaver as well for NESTEA. Both farming really well in the bottom lane. Next, Solar Clips, and then kind of 1 versus 3 in the top lane. Doing pretty well, given that. Peachy at 24 last hits. And Dantu, maybe the hero that's the most lackluster performance here tonight. Probably should have started off creep skipping. Now finding himself in trouble. Does surge Saranghe with the net. Will bait out that surge completely. If they even need to. Stop blocking him. There's the net. It goes out. Saguchi through. Gonna try to TP. Soul Assumption. Gonna be too much. 3-man Impale. As some more TPs come in. So let's see if they can get any rebuttal kills. Another TP coming in as well. Dantu does drop in this lane. So unfortunate for him. Going 0-2. Not a lot of CS. Not gonna have a big impact. And I mean, losing this lane. Pretty hard versus the Weaver now. As the whole tri-lane rotates down here. To really shut down the Weaver. So that's actually a pretty good call. Kunkka will do well. Well, Weaver's level 8, Kunkka's level 6, so Weaver actually will do a lot of damage. Bugs go out. This could be a quick kill. No mana, though, right now on Nayrok. Doesn't have a wand up. Maybe he picks one up now. Let's see. Any nuts going out? I thought I heard one. What was that on? Oh, it was on the Nyx, it looks like. As he's going in here. 1 versus 3. Maybe a bit of a mistake. Now comes in dead here on the Kunkka. The Gale goes out onto Shady. And now Nayrok with some mana going back in for this kill here. Will it be enough? I think Nayrok is a little too far in. Does get the kill and will drop. So maybe worth it at the most part, but no. Shady will drop now too. And trying to find Saranghe. Chasing Milty with a double kill on the support Venomancer. That's going to be good for him. Nayrok getting a little too aggressive. And now here's a rotation by the TA with the traps and the double damage. And an Invis rune, so pretty much everything working in his favor. Saranghe, no mana for net, no mana for ult, not even level 6. Here comes the Meld double damage attack. One more attack. Saranghe, Naga Siren is really, really fast. 370 move speed with just boots 1. Compare that to 355. So even with the trap, able to get out there. So that's a lot of wasted time from Solar Clips, who is not even doing so well in his lane right now. Losing in last hits and having taken a death already. Milty once again looking for some big plays, but he's going to drop here. Dream Coil goes down. Solar Clips is coming in as well. There's no escape really available for Rysu, so this could be his death as the Gale does last forever. Let's see, phase shifting that one, and he's actually going to get away from this. Rysu just gives up and doesn't chase. That's a mistake, or excuse me, Solar Clips just gives up and doesn't chase. That was a mistake. Could have easily just killed that puck there with no mana. Only had a phase shift, which he just used. One more attack probably would have done the deal with Refraction. Puck is just in their heads now. Getting kill after kill. 2-0. Highest CS in the game. Highest net worth in the game. Followed up by his teammate Weaver at 3,300.
To lie about such things. Strange to say, Radiant's middle tower
Raisu
is
back
under attack.
right back into the middle lane. Null Talisman up as well as Power Treads. Kunkka though going to find a kill in the bottom lane. Will take out the Visage as well as the Naga Siren. So both of those supports going down to the Kunkka. And now Nayrok forced to just pretty much scurry around and find any farm he can as the pressure is on him now. But this does open the door to the Nakes against the Darkseer. Another good matchup for Nakes. I mean, Darkseer in this game had to go against a Weaver or had to go against a Nakes. Both heroes do well against him, so maybe not the easiest game for Dansu this game, as he has taken quite a few deaths, not too high up on the CS charts. And Shackle Boots on Nakes a little interesting, but maybe just needed them because of the Kunkka Tidebringer harass. But now that Kunkka's left the lane, probably should switch those over to Phase. Dansu though could be in trouble in the top lane. Net goes out. He's got mana for Surge. They didn't really wait for it. Let's see if it will last. They could have kept chasing that. I mean, the open wounds will last longer than the level 1 Surge. I guess they don't know what level he has, but Dansu able to get away there. Maybe going to be bailed out now by Milty. Did go 3-1, dropped to the Puck in the mid lane. Got a little amped up on a double kill in the bot lane. Ran into Puck with Dream Coil and died. But now he's coming back top. They rotate Kunkka as well, so now the pressure's off Weaver as they're going to go back to Nakes. Here comes the Gale. This should be enough to kill him. Shady is there looking for another kill, and Fest goes out to buy some time. Naga coming in as well. The Riptide goes out, reducing the armor. Here comes the boat, however. Will hit on to Saranghe. He's going to drop down on the Naga. Meanwhile, Nakes continually being chased. No mana right now for a TP out. Here comes the Puck, though. Dream Coil onto 3 people, onto a killing spree. Looks like a double kill, though, with that Tidebringer cleave. And now Puck trying to just get everybody he can. And wow, maybe lets Kunkka go there. Shady at least will drop. And now Raisu in over his head now. In a bit of trouble here in the top lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under
The chase
attack.
coming in. The net had gone out previously by Kunkka. Nice phase shift there by Raisu, but he's going to die. There's really nothing he can do. TA drops as well. And it looks like Kunkka had come back into that fight. Never even died, actually. And came back in with a long-range Tidebringer to take out the Puck. It looks like, I think he killed Raisu, right? Yeah. And Saranghe picks up the kill there on Solar Clips under their tier 1 tower. This, meanwhile, giving Visage, well, he did die top, comes into the mid lane, trying to get his CS up, trying to get to level 6, get those familiars on the board. Makes a big impact, as they do lack quite a bit of stun. Let's see, their Weaver, though, is doing quite well. If he gets a fast Linken's, I mean, they've definitely fallen behind, taking some engagements maybe they shouldn't have taken here. Still very even in terms of gold, 250 advantage. XP only at about 750 advantage for Team Feed here, and climbing back towards equilibrium. So a game still very close. In terms of last hits, we can see the Weaver and the Nakes and the Puck all leading for NESTEA right now. And the net worth about the same, but Kunkka in the first position there, picking up quite a few kills. 6 and 1 actually on the Kunkka. Almost has the Shadow Blade, and that could be pretty big.
No gold for you.
Although Raisu 3-1 had the potential to get a big triple kill in the top lane. Drops the Dream Coil. Not a whole lot of mana coming into that, though. Not really enough to kill everybody, and a lot of his team had already died by the time he showed up, so I don't know. Nice attempt, does pick up a kill. Kunkka lives and then gets another kill on the tail end of that fight. And looks like a lot of fighting going down in the bot lane. Visage now level 6, has the birds up. They're being chased down, and Kunkka just rotating all over the place. They're really, gotta commend him for this almost, just rotating all over the map, shutting down Nakes. Let's go shut down Weaver, let's go shut down Nakes. Alright, time to go back to Weaver. They're doing a little better of a job on the Nakes, I'd say. Not a whole lot on him. Weaver doing pretty well. Thought he was going to turn that into a Linken's. It looks like he's going Hooded Defiance, maybe into a pipe utility build. Gonna say, Nakes, you're going to be the one role this game. I'll just sort of be a utility Weaver. I don't know how I feel about that build. I don't really like it. And I didn't really like Nayrok's build on his Elder Titan either, but looks like his ults on that hero, at least in game 1, did come through and win the game, so maybe he'll do the same thing here with some astounding Weaver plays, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe he doesn't even turn that into a pipe right away, just looking for some magic immunity. Fight though coming out though, Torrent will land onto Shady, the Dream Coil from Raisu in here, needs to get that silence off on some people, but everything goes off. Milty with a nice ultimate there. onto pretty much everybody right now. Chasing down Raisu here. Looks like Dancer's going to take him out. Meanwhile, Nyx TP's in, takes out Milty as well as Dead. On the Kunkka going down now. Just the Nyx remaining and right back into this game. That's actually 3 for 3 thus far. Puck, though, buying back now, trying to get Dancer here. It looks like Nayrok will be able to do it. TA remaining, looking to take out the Weaver, but not going to be able to find that kill. Looks like it goes 4 for 3 at the end of the day. With a buyback on the Puck. Peachy get ahead of the jungle, try to catch up on his farm, realizing every time he steps in a lane, so to 4 or 3 other people on the side of Song of Wards and feeding. Heads into the jungle, trying to get up that farm, needs that armlet really badly. It looks like he has it now. Now he can disassemble into phase as well, so at the end of the day, not a terrible timing for all that. Yeah, so looking pretty good for him there. Maybe he wants to go into drums or just get into that basher and start bashing away. As they do definitely lack some CC on their team. Shady, meanwhile, nothing. Doesn't even have boots yet at 15 minutes. So definitely a much different game than the last one. Sarange, though, on the Naga had boots for a while. We already saw him outrun a TA in the bottom lane a little earlier. Supports on the other side, boots. Let's check into Solar Clips. Treads, maybe go into Blink. Probably Yasha, though. Let's normally what you do with Treads. And wards up on Milty as well. So support's faring a little better. Dantu working towards a mech. Still doesn't have it yet. And still pretty far off, for that matter. Kunkka, though, with the Shadow Blade, so looking pretty good there. Looks like with the Tidebringer and the Saguchi, they trade kind of even on that damage, the Kunkka and the Weaver. As the Invis rune was grabbed by the Naga here, it's pinged out though, so they are very aware that she's up top. In the bot lane, however, Raisu now pushing out this tower, and maybe a team fight gonna start up here in the top. Oh, Raisu. Going down. Looks like Nyx Assassin will take him out there. I saw the TP, but I didn't really comprehend he was going to take that much damage. So Puck does go down. Kunkka even TP'd as well. So another kill for him. 7 and 2 now. And just farming waves now with his Tidebringer up to level 4. Needs to put another point in X marks the spot so he can land those torrents every single time. But so far doing a great job. Some good boats as well. Feed are ahead 14 to 11 in the kills. The gold pretty wobbly throughout the whole game right now. Slight advantage to NESTEA as well as XP advantage, despite being behind in kills, so just playing a little more efficiently. As the net worth now shifting Weaver in the highest position right now with 83 last hits, 4 and 1. Looking to kill Milty now. Going to be able to time lapse out of this after the kill. And yeah, easily done there by the Weaver. Taking out Milty once again. Going up to 5 and 1, securing his place on the net worth chart, 7,000. He's 1,000 above the Kunkka now. In terms of the last hitting, we got Puck at number 1. Yeah, three of the heroes here for NESTEA. Puck, Weaver, and Nyx, all in the top 3 slots for farm, and almost the same in the net worth. We see some Kunkkas and some TAs though squeezing in between the 3 heroes for NESTEA. Thus explaining the gold graph. Pretty much been a farming battle between those heroes going back and forth, as well as racking up some kills on the Weaver and the Kunkka. TA maybe trying to take out some Ancients, but gonna just run away as Naga looks to have scouted it out. There is a ward here by the Dire, so they will know if the stacking goes down. It's about to run out. Quickly replaced, and then a D-warding, but it disappears first, so I don't know. You feel good about a D-ward, but at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. Now warded up there by the Radiant, a pretty defensive ward here, defending their agents and also the high ground over here towards their mid tier 2 and top tier 2. And again here on the bottom. So I'd have to say NESTEA warding a little better in this game than the last one. Last game they were pretty hyper aggressive. Didn't really need them because they were just scouting themselves, although probably could have used them. This game maybe definitely a lot closer than last game. Looking to still take the win here as they're marginally ahead in both categories, but need to either make some tower trades, or get a big team fight going on here pretty soon.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nake's starting to get stronger. Has looks like he is going to go for those drums now. Definitely not the fastest build towards the drums phase armlet, but let's not forget he was pretty much 1v3. Here come the TPs in though. TA going to be first. Saranghe throwing out the sleep. They can back off if they want to. Kunkka's poised for a torrent and a boat. Let's see if he can land either. Looks like he's going to land them both on 3 people. Huge plays by Kunkka. Dead, doing work this game. Maybe going to win it for his team here as Peachy getting low will go down. And Dantu on the backside though is taken down by Narok. Dust goes out. That's going to be the time lapse. They take out the TA. 2 for 2 trade at the moment. 3 for 3 now as a double kill coming out by Shady. Taking out the Venomancer. Kunkka before that taking out Puck. And now Kunkka in trouble of his own. But he does have the Shadow Blade. Now Nyx, no mana. Narok wants to chase. And I think he will. No mana on either of these heroes. The birds are there to assist. But they're not going to be needed. As it goes 4 for 3 at the end of the day. And Weaver just soaking up that XP and that gold. That's looks like he's going into a Desolator. Not finishing up that pipe, which is good. Does need to get those damage items out as the Nyx is struggling a little bit. And looks like they're going to be able to get this tower too.
Is being attacked like nobody's business. Dire's top tower has
going to bottom to farm now. So really making the best of this free time. But going to have to head back to base eventually. Unless he can find himself a regen rune. But it's going to be Invis sitting bot right now. Nake's back to farming as well. Now getting to 100. So a little behind where he should be. But once again, it was pretty much an offlane Nakes. The Weaver over 100. Where are you at? 103. Doing pretty decent as well. 7-2. Kunkka now 10-2. Big boat torrent that fight, landed on 3. As well as cleaving, has the Crystallis up as well. And maybe the burst damage here going to be a little too high. Definitely going to make it a hard game for the Puck. Sorry, had to get some water there. Anyways, pushing into the mid-tier 1 now, getting pretty low. Fortify is not available. Blinken onto the back line, so they immediately take out Milty. Dantu drops a wall, but looks like he's going to fall as well. A nice boat from Kunkka to come in. They do take out Dantu. Go 2 for 0 so far in this trade. Kunkka is here. He's kind of out of mana, trying to run away now. Saranghe, I think, luckily the tower just died, but I think he's going to go down here to the Kunkka, trying to get that X marks off. Will get it. Going to bring it back in here to the meld shot and everything else. But the familiar is doing work. Shady onto a killing spree now. Peachy yet to go down, now taking some big hits. Can't armlet toggle that. Stunned on the impale. Shady resummons his ult. Raisu coming in now too. They will take out one. The Nyx now going on Solar Clips. Do they have any invisibility detection? No, they do not. So it looks like Solar Clips will get out of there. That fight goes 3 for 2. They get the mid-tier 2 as well. So bringing the score up to 20-20 now. And a big advantage coming out here in the graphs for NESTEA. Gold up to about 4k. XP approaching 6,000 or 7,000 gold advantage right now. So NESTEA doing a great job to get sort of back into this game. It's been very, very close, as you can see, the entire game, with a slight advantage to NESTEA. Just farming a little bit better in their lanes. They probably want that mid lane back. Solar Clips struggled a little bit versus the Puck, which should not really happen, but did in this case. And same thing with the Darkseer versus the Weaver. So I'd have to say NESTEA got kind of lucky in that regard. The lanes they were expecting to lose really hard. Maybe not so much the Weaver Darkseer, but definitely the mid. They kind of got off the hook there. And now Weaver just doing exceptionally well this game. Has the Deso up. Hooded Defiance as well. We'll see what he goes for next. Either MKB, Lincolns, or BKB. I'd have to expect. Maybe finishes the pipe, but unlikely. As he now spots out Melty and Dead in the top lane. They need some detection here. Let's see what they got. Looks like Saranghe is carrying that for his squad. As he does go on to Milty once to get this kill. The Desolator is out doing work. Taking out Milty immediately onto a killing spree. And now Kunkka just going to have to run away from that as he's pretty glass cannon. His strength gain is good, so he's got 1600 HP, but other than that, I mean, he's hurting. Does have an urn now, too, as well. And didn't get that early, just picked that up, I think, in the last couple fights. And, oh, Vendetta there, Nyx looking for some targets. Finds probably the one target he doesn't want to find. Finds Nyx, who's going over to Ancient now. And just continue to farm up. Has phase drums, armlet up now. Meanwhile, Shady Warden up again, has the medallion, mana boots, so pretty much what you would expect from a Visage at this point in the game. Wanting to get to a mech relatively soon here. Saranghe got smokes, has the reveal, yeah, the dust. Visage, any sentries on anybody? No. The Desolator, though, doing work. Puck has a Blink Dagger and an Invis Rune, so the Nake's bombs can really get started. Let's see, Nairok could be in trouble in the top lane. The Torrent goes out, but he's able to pretty much Saguchi away. They have no detection, so he's going to be just fine. As TA getting pretty close to her Desolator as well. We'll find Milty once again. Milty's like, oh god, not again. Throws out the slow, throws out the ult. Wallens charges to go as well. The Gemini attack going to be enough, and now time-lapsing out of here. That will shake off the dust, and that was all the detection that they had. Dantu does have the mech, but again, okay, dust here on the Nakes. They will find him. X marks, though, kind of disrupts him, and it looks like he's going to be able to run out of this just fine. The rest of his team now coming in on the backside of this. Wall from Dantu. It will be dropped, though Peachy, his rage runs out. Hasn't killed anybody yet. Now Solar's clips on the TA, looking to pick off a Naga here. Nairok got to be careful with those cleave crits. Could go down. Torrent actually going to land there. Wow. Familiars to buy some time. Stun onto 2. Well played there by Shady. As everyone going to get out there pretty safely. So at the end of the day, looks like a Venomancer goes down and then a Naga. So kind of a 1-for-1 trade and a extended, elongated team fight there. TA Desolator, though, online now, going to do a lot of damage. Needs to really burst down that Lifestealer, but Lifestealer does has the armlet. Also Infest as well. Likely going to use that to initiate, though, so we'll see. The burst from TA and Kunkka are there to take out the Lifestealer, so pretty good heroes to carry against the Lifestealer in that regard, but I'd have to say Lifestealer and Weaver, compared to TA and Kunkka, they're probably going to win at the end of the day. I mean, unless this Kunkka really explodes. Needs that Daedalus, getting sort of close. And this could be the death of the Weaver here. Torrent bow combination with the Impale. Well done there, but he's able to time-lapse out of it, no problem. And all the dust is used up from the last fight. It looks like X marking himself there is dead, so a bit of a mistake. As now Nairok realizes this, maybe he wants to kill this Nakes here. Nakes will drop onto a killing spree now. Who needs to farm when you could farm heroes? He's 10-2 now, matching up with Kunkka 10-3 onto the kill category. He's got a Shadow Blade though, so Nairok got to be careful here, getting low on mana. His team's here to back him up though. Blink in, bomb goes off. Nakes pops out a beautiful wall torrent combination there, as well as a cleave crit. They take out 3 immediately. Oh, buyback there. Looks like it started off really great, but now turning it around quite quickly here, just with their advantage. Having to armlet toggle though is Preachy to run away from himself and other illusions. Now Dead though could be in trouble. No, will pop the Shadow Blade. X marks onto Shady. Shady going to be dropping here. Nairok though wants another kill, but not going to be able to find it. Shadow Blade coming off cooldown. Oh, maybe not. Will be able to find it. I take it back. Desolator doing work right now here for this Weaver. Ever since he's got it, it's been kill, kill, kill. Peachy somehow still alive, just armlet toggling it up. And here comes the Impale Vendetta Strike. Will take out the Nakes, but now the Impale will miss. Even the Spike Carapace is going to miss. And now chasing down the Nyx Assassin, this Nairok Weaver. I said earlier I didn't like the Hooded Defiance. I didn't like his build in game 1 either. But once again, making big plays for his team here. Putting him well ahead now. XP over 10,000 gold. Let's see, over 5,000. TP's coming in. Nice stunts here by Shady. Quality Visage player. Really trying to hunt down the familiars there. Not going to find him. Dantu vacuuming out the trees, looking for that one. Shady, tons of wards. Rocking 3 wards right now and a smoke. Looking to maybe smoke up and take another team fight, but pretty much all eyes on Nairok right now as he is just running around doing work. We'll find the TA. Get this guy a gem. He hasn't died in a while and he's just doing work. Trying to chase up. Needs to meld, but can't. It's on cooldown. TP's come in to stop the dive, but that's 2 TPs forced once again. Now Nairok, he's dusted up. Any other dust available? Yes, dust here on the Nyx, but able to run away. Dust runs out, Saguchiing away. I think they saw him run up there. This could be risky. They see it. The dust is going to come out. Vendetta Strike Impale as well. Nairok, questionable plays, but he still has the time lapse. Can he get it off in time? Yes, he does. Now you got to get out of there. He's got 4 heroes, 5 heroes chasing him right now, but what is his team doing in the meantime? We've got, well, he finally dies. Raisu's pushing out bot. Preachy's running around, not doing a whole lot, so I don't know. Weaver's buying so much time for his team, getting a lot of kills, getting damage. And the rest of his team's not really capitalizing on that, I don't think. And now they TP bottom to push back the puck. So Raisu getting pretty close to a sheepstick, however. Another big item for him. Kunkka, though, doing work with these torrents. Here comes the Rage. Will it dodge the X mark? Infests, actually, to dodge it, so well done there. Into the Dire Creep. Looks like he'll be fine here. Naga Siren coming up from the south here, maybe to throw out the ult just so Nakes can escape. Or if they're going to try to fight it, I don't know. On the backside of this, TP's coming out. Here comes Puck, scouted out by the Knicks. Could have dropped the Dream Coil. And just, I don't know. They've got the heroes to make these big plays, but not firing on all cylinders at the moment. But still ahead is So NESTEA. Very much so in XP. Need to get their chemistry working a little more. Really need to utilize the Nake's puck bomb a lot more. Like, if you landed that on 5 up top and they were just chasing a Weaver thinking it was only a Weaver, I mean, the top tier 1 is still available. If they TP'd up there, that fight would have gone completely differently, more than likely. Now a Sanj up here on Peachy, maybe going S and Y once again. Could be a Halberd, we'll see. They probably wanted to just farm up the Sheepstick here on Raisu as we approach 31 minutes. No one's gone for Roche yet. Very even game, 28-27. Goldgraph, though, and XP just being a little more efficient about things is So NESTEA, so finding themselves with a bit of a lead. Top farmer now is the Puck, 159. Last hits, net worth, however, different story. Weaver at 11.8k, Nakes at 10.6, and there's pretty much your 5k gold differential. Dead, 9.8 on the Kunkka. Raisu, 8.8. Clearly, like, farming a lot, but with his net worth suffering, he needs to get more involved. 5, 5, and 9 right now, lots of deaths. Finally, we find Solar Eclipse, pretty even with the Puck, 8.3. Dantu a little further down, 5.9. And now we have the Smoke Ant coming out, so let's watch that. It's going to be onto the Kunkka. Do they have any dust? I don't know. Silence goes out, netting a creep dust. It will be enough to bring him down anyways. Again, a bit of a miscoordination. Go back. You guys need to take some chemistry classes here. Get a little refreshed up in that. But either way, not really a big mistake, but game has slowed down considerably, so what else am I going to do? As now, after that pick off, the Kunkka, does he have buyback? No, does not have buyback. It's actually on cooldown still, so he did buyback in a previous engagement. And now looking to push out maybe the top tier 2. They've got 2 more remaining, mid and bot, still very healthy right now. And yeah, just looking to push down some towers. That's what they need to do. Kunkka's down. They got to take this opportunity. They force out the glyph. That means they want to defend. TP coming in here from Darkseer. What's he got? Mech surging in, trying to get off this wall. Lots of Invis heroes running around, starting off the burst damage onto Nayrok. It looks like he might go down. No, time-lapsing back to full health now. Here comes a nice coil from Raisu onto 3. And looks like they're going to just go ahead and clean them all up here. Kunkka still having not spawned. Spawning now in 15 seconds. Can they get Solar Eclipse? I don't know. Stun! Stun the birds! Oh, it's on cooldown. I should have figured. Makes sense. Naga will be taken out by Solar Eclipse, so he won't go down completely. The silence comes out. Still not able to pop him out of this. They know he's there. The birds cooldown coming off relatively soon. Kunkka is going to TP back in. Nayrok actually going to go down. Solar Eclipse making the plays, buying so much time for his team. Kunkka TP's back. He will go down to Shady, but Dead comes back on the Kunkka, able to pick up Raisu. So maybe could have got the tower, worried less about the TA, but they really just wanted it. And I think at this point, I mean, you're ahead definitely in gold and XP. Like, buy a gem, and then that would have never happened. Could have been a Rax. But I guess something they just need to talk about in the future. Now, Preachy, though, coming back, deciding to run away out of this. Wanted to kill Kunkka, but with the Shadow Blade, he can't really.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Although I can see not, well, there's the gem now. I can see not wanting to buy the gem just because the game has been so even in the team fights trading, like 3 versus 3, 4 versus 4. Who knows who's going to get the gem, but usually Weaver is not the one dying here. He's going for a BKB now. That choice I like. Pretty much needs it to maybe secure the game, secure the team fights. But they really do need the gem. I mean, the Kunkka is just running around the team fights pretty much uncontrolled. Same thing goes for the TA. I mean, if they don't kill them all in the Dream Coil, it's pretty much an even trade every time. And even that team fight that went so well, 4 versus 5, and they wiped 4 immediately. Or, I guess 3. TA was able to live and get a double kill with 10 HP. Had a gem, it wouldn't have happened, but we'll start harping on it. No one's gone for the Roshan yet. In the mid lane, Raisu could be in trouble. Invis here, they maybe saw that burn. There's quite a few heroes here. The ult goes out. Nice stun. Could have maybe landed that on too, but it's alright. Well, they get Preachy. Saranghe, though, says no. Pops at the sleep. Preachy going to go ahead and TP out of this. And yeah, they're going to be all safe after that. So some Invis and some ults wasted, but not too big of a deal. Maybe now looking for the first time to push against NESTEA as Raisu going back to base quickly. Does he have that sheep stick yet? No, still pretty far off there. Just taking another death there in that team fight on the top, but did get a lot of assists out of it. I realize the tier 3 tower is not exciting, but stretching up here. As finally, Roshan at the 35-minute mark, someone's going to dare to take him out here. And bursting him down pretty quickly with TA as well as Kunkka. It's going to go down. Are they still going to fight this? The bugs go out. Can they still fight this? No Infest Bomb being used here. They do take out the Nig's Assassin, so it would be 5 versus 5. At this point, Dancer going to be burst out as well. The boat is thrown. They have a gem. They're going to be able to take out TA. Definitely Open Wounds goes out, so nice fight there. And TA actually received the Aegis as she drops down. Kunkka just running it out of there, realizing a gem is online on Shady as they quickly took out the Nakes as well as the TA. Aegis is dropped once again. A nice team fight and trade there for NESTEA. 37 to 31 now. Gold graph still about 5k, XP still about 10k. Raisu going back to farm, really needs to get push out this lane and just farm up for his sheep stick. Now he's about 700 gold away, and that's going to be a big item for them. Sheep up that Kunkka. I don't believe he has, no Daedalus yet, no BKB either. Glass Cannon build, maybe gonna hurt him at the end of the day. As tower is getting pushed down now. The Roshan no longer on the board, picked up there by feed, so at least they got the gold, at least they got the Aegis, but immediately Aegis was dropped, towers were lost, team fights were lost. Now Puck, where's your sheep stick? He's got it now, finally. Looking for Raisu to put that to use here, sheeping up that TA or the Kunkka, neither rocking BKBs right now. Weaver picked up that BKB, definitely dodged the boat that fight, which helped him out a lot, so now he's really a force to reckon with. The Sheepstick is finally online. Shady now with the gem, so the end of his heroes won't bother them as much. Saranghe, still not a whole lot there on the Naga. And Peachy, S&Y once again into the Armlet and Drums of Endurance, so probably would have liked to have seen a Basher this game, but I guess that's his choice. They do definitely kind of lack the stuns. They've got the net, Open Wounds, Soul, and Grave Chill, which aren't really stuns, and then of course familiar stuns, which again not really that guaranteed. Finally the Basher comes out, so now I'm appeased and I'll leave that issue alone. Looks like Dantu may be going for a Sheepstick of his own and or a Shiva's Guard. 8th note here on the Nyx, not a whole lot on him. It could go for Dagon, but probably wants to go for Blink as he's saving up that 2,150, pretty close to that. Could be a team fight in the bottom. We got 2 rotating down Solar Clips as well as Milty on the Venomancer. Some fresh wards and sentries looking to defend their bottoms here too. Mid did just go down, looking to defend here. Weaver is top, so it's kind of far out, but he does have a lot of money, so that's good. Kunkka throws out the Torrent, throws out the boat. What's it going to hit? Saranghe, he needs to ult here. Will go down, throws out the armor reduction. Peachy going to town here, takes out the Nyx Assassin. Looks like he goes to infest. Where did he even infest into? Himself? I'm a little confused there. TP out, but here comes the X Mark back. And that's Shady. He goes down. That's the... No way did he drop the gem in base. We gotta check. We gotta check. I don't even care about anything else. Drop the gem in base. What a... That's play of the game. That's actually... That's a good play. Did go down. They probably shouldn't have taken that fight without the Weaver, so maybe that wasn't such a good play, but dropping the gem in base was that was pro. Daedalus now up on the Kunkka here. You can see him bursting creep waves down. Will do a lot in the team fights as well. 15 and 6 for him. Weaver 15 and 5 though, so one up him by just a little bit. And once again wants to go have fun with Milty here. Realizes he doesn't have a whole lot. And Milty probably going to pay the price here. BKB's up for the chase. One more pass through and Geminite attack, or just Geminite attack. Takes him out and just going to TP out of here. Going to make it out just fine. Peachy though getting stronger and stronger. Pretty close to the Abyssal. Just a couple more 100 gold, actually about 1,000, but either way, still pretty close to that item. It's going to be a huge item, has drum charges left as well. Desolator, Crystallis, so they're really going for the burst damage. Glass Cannon carries here, which is sort of paying off. It's kind of what they need to do against snakes, but there's also a lot of magic burst in the Naga, the Visage, the Puck, so I don't know. It's a bit of a trade-off. Can we kill the Nakes fast? Can we kill the Weaver fast? But are they going to kill us even faster? And so far, it looks they've been killing him a little bit faster, as it's 39 to 34. They're trailing in kills a little bit. Gold now, over 10,000, so it's about a big comeback potential game now for Song of Ward and Feeding. XP again, way up to 15k, but dipping back down a little bit after those last couple fights to around 10,000. And now finally mounting the push together. Shady, I think, holding on to that gem once again. Did have that pro drop off in the base, but now 5 heroes here ready to fight. Still opting not to Nakes Bomb. I feel like Kichi should really be inside of this puck as they push the tower with Naga illusions and just counter initiate whenever Weaver gets jumped on, but they're not doing that. And I mean, it's working for them for the most part. Maybe Nick's a little caught out. Uses his Vendetta pretty early, drawing the fight off to the side. Everyone sort of needs to stay focused here, get the tower, don't dive too hard. Milty in a lot of trouble, throws off his ult, will land on a couple. Here comes a wall into a nice boat though, will catch Saranghe. Still living right now, but going to be taken down by the Visage illusion. And now the fight on the backside of the tower. Going to work here is Shady, will take out the Kunkka. Infest Bomb here onto the Nakes, let's do it. I don't even know what happened there. Solar Eclipse with the side blades, with the crits, with the Deso, goes on to a triple kill. Nakes gets one more with the Infest, but does go down, and now Visage able to get out, once again holding onto the gem. That kill goes 4 for 4, but when you're behind, especially in towers, gold, XP, as they are, I mean, these trades definitely have to favor feed. As we see XP dipping back down, probably since it was even, not going to affect it too much, but puts the morale back in their court. Now Weaver going to just buy back to go ahead and farm this top lane, defend their tier 2 tower. As the score now 43 to 8. Daedalus though picked up for Solar Eclipse. He's 10 and 6. Back to the net worth now. Let's check it out. Still. Actually, we've dropped off Raisu now, so Nakes, Weaver leading the charts here, 16.5, 15.5. Solar Eclipse here, 13.3, Kunkka at 13.1. Raisu a little below that, now knocked out of his third place spot at 10.9. So we can still see the gold definitely focused in that Nakes and Weaver, thus the graph, as well as tower advantage. XP though, after these last few fights, NESTEA can't drive it home. Approaching even there, but still a fairly big advantage, about 7,000. Sorry, drinking some water. My throat isn't loving me tonight. Regen rune spawns bot. Looks like some D-ward battling going on here. Looks like the Dire are going to be winning that one. Raisu does bottle up that rune though, has that cheap stick. Haven't really noticed him putting it to use too much. But with the gem, it looks like I take it back. Radiant, so NESTEA going to win the D-warding battle for sure. Check out any other big items here. Looks like Nayrok going for a heart. Tired of this burst damage. And let's see what else. Stand 2 working towards a sheep or a... Yeah, probably a sheep. Could be Shiva's guard though. Milty though. I don't know what the headdress is for, maybe just some regen, maybe going to a pipe. The mech is already finished on Dantu, 4 staff on Shady. Not a whole lot of other items coming out here. Looks like Saranghe is going for a Sange now. Probably going to try to get up that Heaven's Halberd, but a long while off. I think NESTEA just needs to utilize his Nakes Bomb a little better. Take out TA, or take out Kunkka really quickly into these fights. I mean, they got the BKB so they can deal a little less with the supports. Or the supports can just deal with the supports. As the carries are magic immune for one team, so NESTEA, they've picked up BKBs. Or have a free BKB because you're Nyx, and that hero is kind of ridiculous, but still glass cannons right now. Even going for, what is this Claymore for? I don't even know. I'd have to question it if it's a Battle Fury. Big item though coming out now. Peachy though with an Assault Cure, so it doesn't actually go for the Basher. Either or, pretty good. They need to push more towers and break high ground, so the AC, obviously a little better for that. Having gone for a basher, though, would have been great for really just picking off that Kunkka or the TA later into the fight. And here he goes. Smoke out. Weaver's in the bot lane, though, that they want to fight without their Weaver. He's a big damage source right now. As he does about just have his heart. They're going to find quite a few, though. The Nake's Bomb could be very successful on these two. They're going to find him. Actually, they will dodge past that Darkseer. It doesn't even matter. They'll get them both. Nice play there. They pick off 3 immediately. Buyback from TA, so Buyback is now off the field. Kunkka looking to do work. It looks like Sarangi maybe going to go down. Here comes Peachy focusing Dream Coil onto 2. Solar Clips now back into the fight after the buyback. Peachy, though, just mowing him down. Another buyback by Dantu here on the Darkseer. So nice. Only Raisu goes down there. Big pickoffs. 1 for 4. Yeah, and 2 buybacks forced out of that. So that's 2 buybacks they won't have the next time. Roche respawning in about 20 seconds. Probably the reason for the buybacks. Peachy still a little low. Trying to regen now. And the Nake's Bomb is going to be on cooldown for a little bit as well. Let's see if they discover 8th note here on the Nyx going in. Impale hit. Will get the stun. Vacuum back into one place. Kind of surrounded in the creep now. And maybe in a bit of trouble. Nice! Was that an Armo toggle or just the lifesteal? Able to take a 1 out, but Solar Clips with the burst is going to do the work required there. Now wanting to go on to Nayrok. The meld hit dodged by the Saguchi and now in trouble. He did just buy back. The surge comes out. The chase is going to continue. One more hit there. We'll be back to safety. Refraction was off cooldown as well. Dantu bought back as well. Will he go down? Nayrok diving the base now, forcing out some spells. We'll be able to back off there on the Weaver doing work. Let's get back to that Roshan pit. Let's take the Roche. They really need it right now. They just forced out a lot of buybacks. They've got the other team scared right now, and with this Roche, maybe could definitely win this fight. Saranghae yet to really use the sleep to, I don't know, do a whole lot in either game thus far. I mean, it's definitely a really hard situational ability to use. It requires a lot of team communication. But, I don't know. I'm not loving the Naga play from Saranghae. Sort of pun intended, as that does mean love in Korean. But, I don't know. Either way, they've definitely synergized these 2 heroes well, the Visage and the Naga. So, commend them for that. But the Naga ultimate thus far hasn't really been put to too much use in either of these games. Kunkka now, 1600 gold after that buyback. It's going to be on cooldown for a while now. Puck, the only person in the game actually with the buyback, so this fight could potentially be the end. Weaver with a heart now, harder to bring down. Aegis up on the Nyx, as well as an AC Basher SNY, so feeling really strong there. Here's the Infest into Raisu, I believe. Yep, there it is. And let's see what's lane Arax are going to try for first. Mid healthy, top healthy, bot healthy, but here come the bugs. And please wait for a creep wave. They really need to get lane equilibrium. Trying to maybe just get a jump on them outside their base, but back to the creep wave and push it out as that Ion Shell is doing work. Nyx, meanwhile, in the bot lane does have the Blink Dagger, did opt to go for that, so right choice there in item progression. Definitely helps out in competitive where positioning is so important. But here comes the high ground breach. Naga illusions go up, working on the tower now. Let's see if this forces them to pop that fortify. Naga with a Sange right now. The boat goes out. It's a short cooldown, but it's not that short. Here comes the burst in onto Solar Clips. Will maybe go down. Nice wall here. Refraction up. Hexed up Solar Clips as well. Surge out, trying to save him. Fastest pig alive, but double kill by Nayrok. Gonna pick it up there. Gemini attack. Now following through here. Gotta get these buildings. Some more buybacks coming out. Looks apparently they were on the field. Raisu and Kunkka buying back there. So that's Puck and Kunkka trying to fend this off. Now Nayrok up here in the base fighting on his own versus quite a few right now. And he's not going to be able to get out of here, so he will be going down. Doesn't have the Aegis. Nyx does. He didn't go down either. So at least they can try that again. And they sort of defend that. There's the nice pick up there. Dantu was going for the gem. Raisu will get it. That's for the first time this game. Shady will be dropping it. $51-44. Gold graphs. Oh, here comes Nake's bomb on low health. Nake's going into this fight. Kind of risky. Regenerating a lot of health. Infest into a creep there. Doing the damage. That's dead. He did already buy back. Now he's down right now. Solar Clip's down for another 40. Here's a buyback from Nyx. And looking to take the racks out here now is NESTEA on the Radiant. Still some good heroes to defend alive. That's the tier 3 tower. It is down. Pishi, though, getting pretty low. Needs to maybe armlet toggle. Raisu going in for a kill. Gets stunned up. Has the sheepstick. The Aegis is popped now. Forgot about that one. Now Nayrok is back, though. Stuns and damage going out. Stuns by the Spiked Carapace, I mean. Now the Spiked Carapace holder, Nyx is going to go down. Nayrok diving the fountain now to get that next kill. That's all heroes down. Respawning in 4 seconds is a TA. As they move bottom, though, to the bottom racks, take out the tier 3. Fortify is going to be popped, and now the rack's in a lot of trouble here. As it looks like NESTEA taking the second game in a best of 3 and the CEVO Season 3 placements. So, well played to NESTEA. The GG hasn't been called yet. But definitely coming soon. Either way, thanks for watching, people. Had a decent amount of viewers for the most part. Sorry I was a bit lethargic tonight, coming off of a big dinner. A little tired. Need to get my sleeping schedule scheduled out a little bit better. But either way, thanks for watching. We're bringing you some more action as the CEVO 3 placements continue. Tonight was a pretty interesting matchup between NESTEA and Feed. And if anyone's confused, the placement matches are to make CEVO main. Otherwise, you will just be playing in open. And if you're thinking, oh, it already started, you're okay. The regular registration for Season 3 has not yet started. It will be after these games, which will be going on for a couple weeks now. So stay tuned to CEVO.com to make sure to sign up for that. And if you want to follow the action in CEVO in terms of the casts and maybe some interviews as well, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/FMBPDota. It would mean a lot to me, and hopefully we can give you some good games. And yeah, it looks like this is all about finish up now. NESTEA taking this 2-0.
That can't be a positive development.
Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll just let it play out to the score screen. If they start focusing the throne here, it looks like they will. Once again, Helium from FMBPDota. Check out CEVO.com for further announcements. And I'll catch you guys next time.